yeah, like, there's a saying that, when grandmas are talking about Bitcoin, you gotta sell, right? when when somebody next door talking about, the Bitcoin or stock market, you gotta sell, right? That's the high, right? So I think that's kind of the general sentiments that I'm getting right now. That I'm seeing many people talking about Bitcoin and all that stuff, which is fine. It's there's nothing really wrong with that. Um, but what I'm trying to say is that it's pretty heated. I think it's pretty heated, and a lot of people who decide to take a huge positions, might get hit quite a big time. And I've been kind of warning this one on my YouTube channel as well. I mean, it's really sad to see people who take their lives because of the crypto markets. And I've seen, I think all around the world. I have a channel for a Korean community. I've been talking about Bitcoin crash. There's about 2,000 people kind of watching it. I mean, it's not, people don't like to see, if there's any crash things happen. But I think at least I can contribute some value to the community, at least, so that people kind of might look at it, and then maybe they can avoid what's coming. But yeah, it's yeah. So anyway, I'm gonna keep it short. Today's weekend, so I don't want to take too much time for you guys. So let's start with Bitcoin, since I'm already talking about it. And then I'm gonna talk about GameStop, AMC, all that other meme stocks as well. What are we kind of seeing? And I've been kind of talking about this, hinting a little bit about the March. And then there's some confirmation I'm seeing right now, so I'm gonna share with that you guys as well. But let me start with Bitcoin first. So right now, the Bitcoin in general, I did mention that Bitcoin is all-time high, already hit the high here. This is the current chart. Right side is what happened in 2021. So this is 2001. This is 2005, right? So Bitcoin high happened. I mean, it's better to look at weekly, but I better to show you this one right now, because that's kind of a comparison I want to show you, and then I want to show you a little bit more in detail, because it's good to see what's going to happen weeklies, but weekly is too it's just too zoomed out, right? It's just so it's better to I want to show you this time that little bit more tighter version, right? So when RSI is all-time high was here. Interestingly, that was 2024, last year, April. That was all-time high. Even though the price, I've been mentioning this every time when I stream these things. When the price already all-time high, RSI is supposed to go all-time high. The funny thing is, RSI didn't go all-time high. This was all-time high. The interesting thing was in 2021 January, before GameStop and AMC, a whole meme squeeze happened. RSI all-time high for Bitcoin was January 2021. Isn't that interesting? And then when GameStop AMC whole meme basket stock explode, Bitcoin dropped minus 30%. I do believe that this might be a test, to prepare this year, because I do believe that Bitcoin was used as some sort of a collateral for hedge fund market makers, banks, whoever the big whales, the forces, to create a liquidity in the market, and then when they need those liquidity, they're gonna rock pull very, very hard, I think. And this takes about every 4-year cycle. This happened 2021. This happened 2017 as well. 2025 is another cycle here. So you guys seen a lot of hypes right now in crypto market in general. When Bitcoin collapse, I'm not sure which coin is gonna collapse. And then speaking of the coins, our BBY committee has a large amount of followers. PP show, right? I respect his decision, but let me just kind of talk about this one as well. So PP mentioned that he posts things about launching crypto, and then I have nothing against with that, okay? But the thing is, Yeah, I think ABC did point out the right thing as well. I mean, ABC is a lot older. The age doesn't really matter, but still, I do think that he has much more experience and he's more wise, right? Because of that kind of stuff. But yeah, PP is still younger, and then it's okay. That's his decision. If that's what you want to do, PP, that's completely fine. But I agree with ABC on this point, because a lot of BBY communities and shareholders kind of waiting for the answers. And I know that it's really boring right now that BBBY hearing got pushed back to April. And then I know why they pushed back to April, but I cannot share that right now because I want to wait a little bit more confirmation. But I know why. I've been kind of seeing like March, July, okay? And then Bad Bath Beyond, the final hearing has been pushing from January. It was first in January 7th, I believe, somewhere there. Or January, somewhere January. And then they got pushed to February 4th, which was right next to RC replies on January 3rd. And I thought, okay, that's kind of interesting. And then in that kind of scenario, I was like, okay, maybe they want to make an announcement within 2 weeks, and maybe after 2 weeks, maybe they're gonna release the the distribution, right? But now, since they're postponing this to April, which means I think they're gonna announce something, and then they will bring the GameStop price. Okay, that's the only thing I could say. Okay, the based on the GameStop fractals, GameStop's gonna have a huge rally on that March. I don't know why. Something's gonna kick in March. Okay, not February. I know a lot of people maybe still. I think a lot of hypes in the GameStop community that maybe they're waiting for the end of January, right? Because that's when 2021 January squeeze happened. But you need to build those things up to create a giant squeeze. And I know that people kind of talks about, oh yeah, how about Volkswagen squeeze? That was very like 3 days or very short days, and then just went on giant squeeze. But when you gotta look at the huge fractals, I mean, not you gotta look at the huge from the bigger picture, not huge. So the Volkswagen squeeze happened because I took a look at it, because when you Google it, and then when you Google the Volkswagen squeeze, and then when you look at actual chart, it's very different. Okay, so I want to kind of point that out before I kind of move from here. So the Volkswagen squeeze actually was here, and then what you guys seeing from Google or other search engines is they're showing only this area. Okay, so this is via Volkswagen squeeze. So they only show you this one, right? It's like, oh yeah, that was very short day. They drop it and then squeeze. Yeah, sure. But that was the final one before heading to this phase, which means that this whole phase has been built up from Volkswagen. Okay, you see from the bottom here. So they did a rally here. They went through a bear cycle. They start to rally, and you look at this whole algo here, right? This has been kind of pumping and drop, pumping, and then they did this final squeeze at the end. Not like, oh yeah, just suddenly just squeeze. Okay, so this already means that this was already slow short squeeze. It's like a Tesla short squeeze, right? So they've been kind of getting squeezed slowly, and then this was kind of final capitulation, like final squeeze, and boom, and then just drop, right? And enter into a bear cycle, right? So I mean, yeah, I think GameStop will do this kind of similar thing, but it will be different, right? That was 2009, different situation, different short seller, different market maker. Everything was different back then. So now what, right? But anyway, I went too far right now from my topic. So PB, I do respect whatever your opinion is, but I have to agree with ABC, okay? Because everyone is waiting, and I know it's really boring right now to really talk about. Really, there's not really nothing to talk about right now for Bad Bath Beyond. It's just really waiting time. So I know, but Yeah, it's perfect explanation. I've been getting actually invitation. Kai's actually Kai's is actually preparing his meme coins too, and then I was like, you know what? Do whatever you want to do. I met Kai's. I know how he is. Everyone's personality is different. Some people they like money, sure. They like materialistic stuff, sure. You know, I got into stocks not just because I like money, but I like, you know, some sort of I don't know, making some passive income. So yeah, I mean, it's just different way of thinking. But since I've been doing this streaming on X, I've been getting some invitation from people that I don't know, and then they have a huge followers. And then yeah, it just seems like the same thing. Oh yeah, do you want to do this together or whatever? They want to do a pump and dump pretty much, right? And then I just don't want to involve in any of those things. I mean, if you want to do this for fun, yeah, sure. But I'd rather put my money into things I'm interested in, such as GameStop, AMC, Siri, things like that, right? So yeah, that's just my thinking. And then yeah, do whatever you guys want, but yeah, just be careful. PP, Bitcoin is about to heading into a big bear cycle, okay? And I know you don't believe the TA as much as I do, but just be careful when things gonna drop and then things gonna get liquidated. People just gonna shit their pants and they're gonna rock pull hard, okay? So just be careful right now in terms of the timing. A lot of hypes are happening right now, but those are the hype is happening because it's end of fucking like right before this huge just rock pull happen, okay? So a lot of hypes are happening, a lot of hypes are building up. Things are delaying way more than they're here, right? But it's right now making same fractals here, okay? And people don't believe it. Yeah, sure. You look at RSI. I'll explain you right now. Look at RSI here. It's declining right now. Look at this RSI from here from 2021 January. Okay, this was the top. How do you explain when the price was a lot higher than here, but RSI is going down? How are you gonna explain that? Okay, this is a bearish divergence. This means it's gonna crash. You look at 2024 March, it was all-time high. RSI was all-time high. How do you explain this RSI is heading to? RSI is going down when this stock price went up this much. How are you gonna explain that? That's bearish divergence. Okay, it's the same setup. So I'm just trying to warn people. I know there's a guy Finance Lot. He's warning people. There was a guy who's what's his name? Some crypto guy. He's warning people as well. There's only a couple people who are warning. That's it. Not everybody just pumping. Everybody's just so pumping like a kid, and just watch out for that because. And then I've been calling this for a while, and then they'll be like, yeah, where's crash? Where's crash? They're delaying it. They're just trying to do pumping before they're gonna dump. All this meme coin pumping, everything is pumping like hyping right now because it's gonna collapse. So they're taking advantage before this thing happen. Jacob King, yeah, this guy has been pumping. I mean, not pumping. Sorry, he's been kind of talking about bearish for the Bitcoin as well. Very very good. I like his analysis. So anybody who's interested in any crypto analysis, yeah, I recommend this guy, Jacob King. He's pretty good. But anyway, so yeah, based on TA, based on what's going on in the market, overall, I'm just letting you know. It's just right before crash. Okay, this is when you buy AMC in 2021 in June when it was $60. How about that? Is it better if I explain that way? Do you want to buy a stock? Do you want to buy a crypto all-time high, and that's where it's at? you have to wait. There's gonna be a much more better chances to buy the dip, right? And they'll be like, oh, how are you gonna explain that? Yeah, I mean, look at the RSI. RSI is dipping. How are you gonna explain that when the stock price went up this much and RSI is still lower? It's the same fucking setup, okay? So I'm just letting you know, just be careful. You're gonna lose a lot of money, right? If something happened here, you're gonna lose a lot of money. So just be careful with Bitcoin, right? Overall, like shitcoin, whatever. You can make a lot of money. Yeah, sure. You can lose a lot of money too. So anyway, so that's something that I want to kind of talk about. How are you going to explain how come this stock price, the Bitcoin price dropped this much and then, went up, but how come still the RSI is lower? Okay? How are you going to explain that? You tell me, okay? If anybody have that confidence that Bitcoin is going to go higher, you show me your TA and you send me a screenshot how confident you are. It's the same fucking setup, okay? It's right there. It just hit you in your face. And how come people don't know that? It's just really good. You gotta be careful. It's just gonna collapse. Okay, so PP and anybody, guys, just be careful. It's gonna dump hard, and I don't know how it's gonna affect your market, or how gonna affect your coins. But that's all I'm gonna say right now. Okay, it's gonna start dumping this coming week, I think. So right now, you look at this part. This was high here, which was here. Pullback happened, right? Pullback happened. This pullback happened as well. Bring this price up. So the price of Bitcoin almost went up as much as here, right? About here, about here. And that's kind of where we at. We are at the edge of it. Okay, this is when you buy AMC in June at $60. Okay, please be careful. So this is a Bitcoin. So, but anything I say is not financial advice. So do whatever you want to do. Okay, I'm just want to warn people. That's it. Based on what I see, there's only a couple people I know: Finance Lot, and then Jacob King. Those two are warning people about Bitcoin right now. And then I'm the next, maybe. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Everyone is so bullish about Bitcoin, and then if you're not bullish about Bitcoin, people kind of give you like weird look. It's like, oh, is this kind of like weirdos? Is this guy is like fucked up or something? Why are you calling Bitcoin bearish? And you start to have an argument with them. And of course, you cannot really prove anything unless they see this RSI and they don't even look at RSI, and then they're like, sure, whatever. So it's like how do you say, Michael Burry, right? Michael Burry be like, yeah, like he short the housing market because he saw evidence. Maybe he saw technical analysis too, but it's just taking a little longer, and that's not his decision to make. That was the market's decision, right? Market maker's decision. When his time is gonna go, it's like a boom, just one day it just collapse. Okay, and it's just right the end of it, So just be careful. Nvidia is the fucking same thing. Okay, Nvidia is just at the end of it's tracking this thing. I mean, there's a bit of a slightly a difference here, but based on what I see with RSI, MACD, all that, that's kind of what I have. There's a gap here, 133. The Bitcoin, the Nvidia hit this area, right? All-time high. It's just pushing down. It's the same kind of concept as this one. Okay. All-time hit here, all-time high, pullback, creating all-time high, pullback, creating maybe lower than all-time high, and then start crash. Okay, same setup. All-time high, pullback, try to push to an all-time high, pullback, and then slowly crashing down. We are just right at edge of a market crash. Okay, liquidations. Okay, so Nvidia is gonna crash by end of next week. Yeah, I don't know why. Something's gonna happen. Something's gonna happen next week. By Jan 30th, things gonna collapse. Okay, Nvidia will go down to 13%. Okay, Bitcoin. Yeah, like 8%, 7%. All right, it's gonna prepare something. Next week is gonna be the week. Okay, I don't know why. Same thing. GameStop has been dropping. I've been kind of mentioning this, right? Please be careful with the what do you call that? The fake out, right? So I mentioned this one. So this was my post after I found out this technical this fractals here. I realized I was actually so people ask me like, oh, you know, you copy this from somebody else. I don't follow other people. Okay, I'm working. I mean, I don't really have much time to look at other, you know, streamers or, you know, live stream, whatever. It's completely difficult for me. I saw other people's before, and it doesn't really help, right? I disagree with what they say. You know, I'm a person that I have to do my own DD. I have to do my own analysis, and even though it's wrong or right, I have to do my own, and I like to do that, right? So I don't really look at other stuff. I don't get influenced by people because I wanna see my own view, because I can if I look at their technical analysis, it also influenced me too, right? So you know, it's just have a biased opinion, right? I don't want to do that, right? So that's why I do my own. And then the way I found this fractals was okay. So first question I asked was, how are they gonna run this thing? That was my first question. I asked myself every day. Okay, you probably asked too, right? How are they gonna run this thing, right? And then first of all, it seems much slower. That was when you look at the speed. There's sometimes it's very fast, but sometimes it's slow, right? But most of the time it's you do realize that they're taking time. Which means they need a liquidity. GameStop has a much bigger market cap, right, than 2021. So they're gonna run differently. And then when I look at it, I'm like, okay, I look at 2021. I compare everything, right? I compare both 2021, 2020, and then how they're gonna start the bull cycle. And look at the May. Roaring Kitty back in April and May, and then create a whole fractals. And I asked myself, is it gonna be just that for May, or is gonna be a repeat of a cycle? Okay, and then I saw recent pullback. This was posted on January 19th, so this was already last week, right? So I saw this pullback last week. I saw another pullback. I remember there was another pullback here, and then it just hit me. I'm like, okay, I gotta go back and check what happened in April, May. And this is from that. So they're making I think bigger squeeze here. Okay, that's why I'm saying that you know, based on this fractals, we're gonna see a pop, right? You see, I post this one. You see, there's a pop here. You see, there's a pop here. This pop happened because of Roaring Kitty. So he's creating this fractals again. You guys remember that he's gonna do it himself or something, right? Like Thanos. It's a same. He's somebody behind him, or it could be Roaring Kitty. It could be other investors. Like it could be long forces, affiliate. They are making this fractal right now with market makers. Okay, I think, not financial advice. I'm not insider. I have no idea what they're making. So I'm just guy, you know, just doing my analysis on what's going on, right? So based on my analysis, it seems like the long forces, including RK, is creating a same fractals here. So this thing popped here and pullback happened, right? That's what you experience. after Roaring Kitty tweet happened, right? So let's look at this. Once again, whatever you see is going to be a fake out tomorrow, right? So I did post this one 6:40 p.m. Eastern time, okay? And then Roaring Kitty post this one January same day on 8 p.m. Eastern time, right? And then how are you gonna explain that, right? And I already posted this one. It's gonna be a fake out, so it already did fake out, right? So which means they're gonna run this thing like the way I see, and then the Roaring Kitties and whoever behind these things, they're making this fractal right now. So this is the next fractal, okay? So you saw that, right? So whatever you're gonna see tomorrow is gonna fake out. Yeah, that it happened. Like it popped and pulled back, right? That's what you saw. And where this thing ends, I think this thing ends here. Still, there's gonna be much more pullback here by $25. When this gonna happen? Next week. Okay. So this is my another one. My yesterday post. First confirmation checked. Okay, that was F. So A, B, C, D, E, F. It came back down, right? That was pump. I said tomorrow's gonna be fake out. Fake out happened. There you go. Okay. So this thing, I'm not saying this because of the way because of whatever things happen, but I'm saying this because that's what Roaring Kitties and the other affiliates and other long forces are making right now. I don't know if I'm explaining correctly here, but that's what I see here, okay? So, and then after that, we're gonna see a dump to a $25 by next week, okay? Another drop, right? And then this thing match with the market, right? The reason I look at this with the Nvidia and then the Bitcoin is because Bitcoin and, as you know, Nvidia, bigger S&P 500s, they're Nvidia is leading them, right? So the reason I say is because they left a gap here and it's not completely filled, right? There's a gap that left because of Roaring Kitty tweets, and I said it's gonna be a fake out, right? So he's creating that right now, unfortunately, okay? For the bigger run, right? It's not unfortunate, but I'm just saying. So this is there's a gap at 17, right? 17.65, right? $17.65. They're gonna fill this gap, right? It's gonna drop to $25 by Wednesday or Thursday. Like anyway, like this week, like this coming week, right? And then when you look at, I mentioned, when you look at Nvidia by Jan 30th, Nvidia is gonna there's a gap here as well. Nvidia is gonna crash. I mean, not crash, but they're gonna have a pullback. Same thing as Bitcoin. What's gonna happen to Bitcoin? Bitcoin is all-time high. What happened to Bitcoin? Based on the fractals, Bitcoin has to drop here too, right? So everything will drop tomorrow. I mean, everything is gonna drop next week. Something's gonna happen tomorrow. I mean, I'm not. Well, I keep saying tomorrow. It's gonna happen. The market will have a shock or something. Something has gonna happen next week. Maybe Wednesday, Thursday. Right? Bitcoin will drop. Nvidia will drop. GameStop will drop. Okay. And then you don't even have to question AMC. AMC gonna drop too, right? And I mean, yeah, I don't want to be the person who, keeps saying this kind of negative. I mean, it could be taken as a negative stuff, but it is what it is, right? And I think it's you need somebody maybe who could tell you, the truth, right? Rather than continue to lying, to the community. And then and saying, oh yeah, still it's gonna be better, oh yeah, it's gonna be good. Well, I mean, the time will come, but it's not gonna be right now. That's the thing. And then you're gonna ask yourself why it's not coming right now, because it's been so the time has been since May squeeze. It's been quite a long time. Why they're not running right now, you might ask. And they just need maybe liquidity, right? They just need the liquidity. They're looking for the right timing, right? And I might be wrong, right? I might be completely wrong, but when I look at this fractals, very interesting AMC. They seems to repeat the same cycle here, right? So I checked this thing here. So this was 2020 March, right? So AMC already have this huge bearish cycle, and this bearish cycle ends on 2020 March, right? When this whole COVID happened, right? And then AMC drop, and what happened? What kind of fractal they created? They create a double bottom, right? Ups and down, and then and the gap up happened, and then this thing just continued to incline, right? So same thing, AMC will drop. There was a whole lot of fucking like dilutions and ape conversion shit happened here. This whole fractal is actually from here, from the Judge Journal thing happened here, and ape conversion to here. This was same fractals as this one, right? There's a pop, push down, push up, push down. When you see all kind of stuff here, and then you stay here for a while, which was here, stay for a while, and then drop again, stay here for a while, stay here for a while, drop again, and then that was the last dip, right? It's the same fucking fractals, but they just delaying this thing way longer. Yeah, I don't know why. I have no idea. Maybe they just don't have liquidity. But it's the same kind of type of fractals, and so once he hit the bottom, this thing starts to pop, right? So Roaring Kitty came back, and things happen, and then just thing pop, right? So but the funny thing is, the fractals was kind of doing same thing here. So when you look at that from perspective like that, you did realize, okay, wait a second, it seems like it's all scripted, okay? And that it's your decision, or it's up to you to make a decision whether to find that script, market maker script here. I don't have that market maker script. I'm just a guy, sitting in the corner here, like a fucking retard, and then just trying to analyze these things, and then trying to looking for the what they're doing right now. What are they doing right now? What are they making? Where are we at? Where are we? And just trying to looking at the market maker's perspective, and so yeah, it's same fractals. I mean, it's slightly different, but it is same, right? Double bottom, right? After hit the bottom, right, in March, and then boom, right? This thing rally happened, and then the same thing in last year May, double similar to this kind of stuff, double bottom, and then boom, squeeze happened, right? Come down, right? If this was here, pull back down, and make another couple patterns here, which was kind of similar to here. And then rolled around, roll back up again, back up again, right? It's the same kind of fractals. Some areas are fast, some areas are extremely slow, right? It was very difficult to kind of understand what they're exactly doing, but for now, you see more data, you see market makers are creating the fractals, and based on that kind of fractals, you get more historical data that you can actually compare to, and then you'll be like, okay, it seems like that's what they're doing, so you speculate, and then you did realize, okay, it seems like they're doing this. All right, they did a potential share offerings in the exact spot where this thing has to crash, pull back, right? So this thing pull back, making this triangle shape, and there's a gap here at the $3, and I think there's a reason why they left the gap there, because they need to fill this gap by February 7th. Okay, so everything seems very strategic here. So when you look at the RSI, this is 3 hour. I don't know why I picked 3 hour, but let's take a look at it. So this RSI was a very oversold territory happened here, which what happened as well, oversold territory, right? What happened after that? This thing push up, right? Let me just drop a circle so you know where I'm at, where you don't want which area I'm talking about. So that's the area, right? You see, very same fractals here, right? It's just fucking crazy. And then this thing pop, pop here, this is what I'm talking about here, the circle, and then we are at here, which means it's gonna drop, right? GameStop is gonna drop next week, Nvidia is gonna drop next week, Bitcoin is gonna drop next week. This is gonna be the final, not final, but this is gonna be the week where you're gonna see a drop. I don't know why. That's what I see entire market. So I don't just do TA on GameStop. I look at Nvidia, I look at Bitcoin as a general market cycle, okay? And that's what I see here. Something's gonna happen next week, right? But I don't know what's gonna happen next week, okay? So if you guys know anything about what's going to happen next week, just reply this thread, maybe the live stream below my post, and then maybe you can share with everyone. There's about 600 or 700 people watching right now. So if you guys have any, if you guys know what's going to happen next week, yeah, just share with us. So yeah, next week we're gonna drop, right? And then it is what they decide to make. And let's continue with the AMC here. AMC is gonna do another one to create a gap up and some sort of a run here, but I think it's gonna be still very short-lived, right? They're gonna go up again, and I don't think, I was thinking maybe they're gonna do squeeze here, but it seems like because GameStop is not gonna run here on that February 14, okay? GameStop February 14 is gonna be here, okay? It's not yet. GameStop has much more more weight down here, a little bit more to drop, okay? There's a gap left here at 2760. Next week it's gonna collapse. Not collapse, it's gonna drop. Push back up, drop. Push back up, drop, right? Final drop will be February 14. I don't know why, but that's the OPEX week, I think. February OPEX week. Let's check it out here. 1 second. So February OPEX week is Feb 21st. So they want to kill all the options. January calls, February calls. Okay, they want to destroy them, and they're gonna let it run. Okay, so something's gonna happen in March 4th or 5th, based on my fractals here. This is my first time I'm actually sharing this one. So something's gonna happen March 4th or March 5th if it's late, but between day a GameStop will have a big run. So if anybody have any idea why GameStop is gonna start launching or running on March 4th or March 5th, please share or comment down below, okay? Something's gonna happen on that day to kick off the rally here. I know somebody comment before that I do remember that what's his name? The what is his name? Fuck. What is the guy name? Do like a video, and he's like one of the guy who do GameStop analysis. But anyway, he talks about there's some sort of a swap cycle or something due on that day. I don't know. So anyway, so something's gonna happen in March. Just keep it to yourself. So that's it, guys. And then I don't know if I should show you guys the April for but this is April, okay? I'm gonna just show you this one, only this part. I cannot show you the whole thing yet because it's not, some area hasn't really confirmed, right? So Bed Bath Beyond, because I know a lot of people, Bed Bath Beyond shareholders also listening to this. Bed Bath Beyond, they delayed from February 4th to April 8th, okay? When I saw that, I was like, oh shit, okay? He said, well, that's disappointing, okay? My thought was, holy shit, okay? My reaction was completely different. You know why? Because this is what's gonna happen here. GameStop will drop on April 7th or April 8th, on that day when the BBBY final hearings happen. Okay? That's all I'm gonna say, okay? I cannot show you other parts for now, but because I need to see this confirmation, okay? So yeah, we'll see. So AMC, like I said, yeah, AMC will have to wait until GameStop's gonna pop. So GameStop is not gonna have a big. I mean, GameStop is gonna have a big rally in March, which is around here. So, but it's not squeeze. So when you think about what happened in May, GameStop had a big run before May 13 gap up squeeze happened, right? But AMC dropped, right? AMC had a pullback. So when you think about it, AMC will squeeze when GameStop actually squeeze, right? And when GameStop have just kind of decent rally, AMC is not gonna do another, like AMC could follow, but AMC is not gonna pop like fucking like couple 100% or something, right? Which means you have to wait until GameStop squeeze happen, which is in July. But interestingly, what I see here, AMC squeeze will happen in this 2021. So AMC will, heading into this 2021 squeeze cycle here, based on the fractals, AMC squeeze will enter into this. When is it? June or something. Okay. But because GameStop squeeze will happen in July, in my chart, not financial advice, something's gonna happen here. So I don't know they're gonna follow AMC, but AMC will have a maybe just AMC run and GameStop run in July. I don't know if they're gonna run like that, right? Typically they're gonna run at the same time. So I still have to check, these things. What if AMC have a last pullback by end of April, and I still need to see some confirmation. I do think they're gonna leave some gap here, for this rally, and then when AMC squeeze happen, it's gonna be a giant one, right? Like seriously, it's gonna be a giant one. Like it's like the market will get shocked by it. Like it's not like you see like it's only $10 or something. Oh yeah, how come AMC only go up this much? People might ask. You have to add 1,000%. You have to add 10 times. So basically, this will go up to from here to here. This is 245. So you have to add. You have to multiply by 10 times, which is 2,400%. Okay. So if you add 2,400% from here to here, they'll give you about $70. Okay, so which is possible because there's all gap here left at from 40, 20, here 13, 12 or something. This will be filled like just like that. So AMC is extremely difficult stock, right? Like you have to track the fractals, and it's extremely difficult. I mean, they're gonna run like that, and then they're gonna pull like that. So so this thing is extremely difficult. So you have to track this thing, very you have to track this every day just to make sure if this is follow thing, things that you're looking at, and then based on what I'm looking at, it does seems to follow. And then really sorry to say that that AMC you guys will have to wait until summer, June or July. That's it. Okay. If it's fast, it's just gonna be June. If AMC squeeze gonna match with GameStop, which is more likely, you have to wait until July. Okay. So just be patient. I do expect one more potential share offering is gonna happen by March 20th. April 8th or something. Based on this fractal speed, I do expect there's going to be a dilution here. So please don't get disappointed by that. I think that will be the final one before squeeze. And then this thing happened. This fractal happened right? This fractal is in December, and December they did a huge dilution. It's like 145 or something like that. So don't get disappointed by that. If that thing happened, it's really just based on it's just, yeah, like if the fractal is about to drop this much, might as well AMC just gonna do dilute, right? They just take advantage of this thing, right, before the squeeze happen. So yeah, that's AMC. I did GameStop. This Siri, did I do Siri already? I think this is gonna be my last one. I don't want to take too much time off, right? Already 1 hour. I did already live stream. So yeah, Siri. I've been actually watching out for Siri for a while, and then I mean, yeah, I do think that Siri is in the play. Okay, it's not. I mean, it's not gonna be like, you know, GameStop or AMC type of like fucking crazy giant squeeze, but they left the gap. They left the gap at $100, and then I think they're gonna fill that one, you know. And as you guys know, what's his name? The the Warren Buffett is actually accumulating here, right? So, you know, there's some things happening. So I look at the RSI here, and then what's interesting is the let me show you here. So the stock price is now really moving, right? It just goes up a little bit or go down a little bit, but the RSI is moving up right now. What this tells you is that somebody's accumulating. Somebody's building up their Siri calls. I'm sorry, Siri right now. And then last week, somebody shared with me that somebody's building a 5,000 of a block of Siri calls. And then I think it could be potentially Roaring Kitty or someone else, long forces, okay, to run this thing. It could be market maker, but I don't know. Market maker, you know, I don't know if they're gonna do that. But so right now, Siri is a kind of a very early stage of accumulation, I think, before run this thing. So Siri has a little some time left. So we are still about here. So this is on the right side. This is 2023. Okay, this is right now. So they created this huge run like this one, and drop and drop. So this fractal's already been passed, right? So I create this as a green one. Now we are in the purple box here. Okay, and this purple box fractal is almost complete as well, and it's just taking way longer because at the time to create these fractals, this one only takes about 50 days, okay, 57 days, and then this purple fractals to create that, it takes about only 15 days, but right now it's taking way longer, right? So maybe there's a liquidity problem. I don't know, maybe to run this thing they need more shares, maybe the you know what I mean, like, so yeah, it's just they need more work, you know, they need to accumulate more, you know, to run it big time, right? So I do think that there's a reason why you know, stock price has been kind of getting delayed, you know, because of accumulation happening, right? So there, you know, when you look at this green fractals here, I can maybe change this color a little bit so that it doesn't really bother your eyes. Maybe just change this one, and I can change this purple just to match with the box, you know, is to look at. And then maybe this one I'm gonna change to the box color as well. Same thing on the left. I'm gonna change this one as the purple, and then this background should be purple as well, I think. Right? Yeah, there you go. That's easy to look at, you know. I mean, I care about this thing because I think I'm a designer, but maybe some people don't really care about these things. Yeah, the visual elements is really important, especially to communicate better, you know. You know, if there's any, I mean, I work in animation, everything is about communication, you know. Everything, you know, the actions, the pose, colors, designs, or everything has a purpose, everything has a reason behind it. Even UI UX designer also, they think about those kind of thing, right? User interface, right? You know, how do you make it better? How do you make it to make the design is to communicate, right? It's not always about the appealing design, right? It's about also functionality. How do you make it functional? You know, how can you communicate better, right? That's the whole purpose of the design, right? So yeah, so here's the thing. So this whole thing, the purple box is here. So I think it's delaying about 10 times. I don't know why, but they just need to accumulate way bigger. You know, I don't know why. Maybe that's what Warren Buffett decided to do. Maybe that's what Roaring Kitty decided to do. That's what maybe the long forces, maybe whoever behind the scene is decide to do. Right? That's not my decision. You know, so people often say like, hey, how come the fractals doesn't work? How come this and that doesn't work? It's because the timing, to find that perfect timing, is extremely difficult, right? Somebody share with me Johnny Rocket. You copy. I think this is what the cause dropped this week. Let's take a look. So yeah, Johnny Rocket. Thank you very much for sharing. So I'm just gonna quickly share what he says. The reason he says it is because I was asking why this coming week is gonna drop, right? So January 2020. Okay, so there's a FOMC meeting. Okay, there you go. That's right. Jan 2021. Fed rate hike decision is often cited as a catalyst for volatility seen in the meme stocks. What's scheduled this week? It's FOMC meeting. There you go. So usually before FOMC, their stock drops, crypto drops, a lot of volatility happen. So yeah, I think there's a reason why, right? So yeah, there you go. That's FOMC. So that's Tuesday, Wednesday. So there you go. Yeah, thanks for sharing. Okay. Yeah, I've been I've been kind of tracking the FOMC schedules, but I completely forgot about it. Yeah. So thanks, Johnny. So I'm gonna go back to finish this one. So I'm gonna wrap it up. So the Siri is actually going through this purple box here, very slowly. I don't know why. Somebody's accumulating big time before run this thing because they don't want us buy here, right? Let's say Warren Buffett. He doesn't want to buy Siri at $100, right? He want to buy here. That's why the the big institutions or investors, they're accumulating when it's so cheap, and maybe they also short the stocks to suppress the price. So maybe they have a different team, in my opinion, right? I'm not financial advice. I have no idea what the fucking financial market is working. So in my opinion, I think there's a couple teams involved. Okay, so first team is people where like in a team. First team might be a team where like they drop the price, right? They suppress the price. I think maybe that's a better way of saying it, right? They suppress the price for accumulation, right? For somebody, right? Let's say Warren Buffett want to buy a lot of Siri, and then he doesn't want to buy this thing at $50. He doesn't want to buy it at $100. He want to buy at this level. So how and then he needs to pay maybe money to do that, right? Like, okay, I don't mind spending some money to buy this level. He want to accumulate because a lot of money, right? A lot of stock here. So maybe he has a team or somebody has a team where like they suppress the level, like suppress the price for him to get in, for him to buy cheaply, right? So this is the accumulation zone, right? Accumulation time. And then and then depending on how long it's gonna take, the market maker or long forces, whoever controlling this fractals on this part, especially this purple box, they're spending whatever they want to create that, but also with the market, right? So I think that's kind of what's happening here in Siri, right? So it's the RSI is moving up, which happened here. RSI is turning back up, but the stock price, still like really doing nothing. But RSI is moving up, ups and down, right? Which what happened here. Look at this RSI. RSI hit this bottom, and I'm gonna change the color here. You see, RSI is moving up. The yellow line curving, right? And that's what I'm seeing here. So when this thing is finishing complete the accumulation and start curving up, and then stock price start to moving up, right? So I think that's about we're gonna experience that, right? AMC, not AMC, sorry, Siri is gonna start to seeing this upside. And after that, this thing hit this twice, double bottom, double top, and then pullback. I think those pullback will happen here. So I don't know they're gonna use this blue fractals or they're gonna use this orange fractals. It's the same fractals, but based on the speed. I don't know the speed yet. Like I said, to understand calculate the speed of the algo is like fucking, yeah, like you're even like, I don't know, like you're like next level. Like I should, if I understand the speed of market makers, like how they run these things, I shouldn't sitting down here and sharing this thing. I should be on the Wall Street, right? So I think that's the most challenging part, is a time of the like a speed of algo, how fast they're gonna run, how slow they're gonna run. I have no idea, right? So that's why I actually have a two scenario here, which was the first one, blue fractals. This was calculated from, I actually took it from this area, which was from the top to bottom. Same fractals was used on this area, was here, right? Something similar, right? One, it just drop up, making this round shape and maybe small shape, right? It's very similar fractals, and then this thing has to moving up. So based on that fractals and the speed, that's kind of what I'm looking at. Also, I know AMC and GameStop will have a squeeze in June, July. So based on that, it kind of showing that one. So this and also this squeeze phase, this speed could be faster too, right? So this fractal could completely like maybe stretch. This one is right now stretched out, but this can be it could be like faster, right? So the fractal can run fast, like it could be like fucking what is the word for it? But anyway, like it could be like faster. So anyway, that's kind of what I'm looking at. So I still look at I still have to see this green box complete. It's not complete yet, but I think purple box is now complete. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm looking at. Also in April, I think there's gonna be a pullback. Like there's gonna be a crash actually in April. So March. So GameStop will run in March, right? GameStop will have a run in March. BBBY hearing in April. There's a huge drop, right? There's a reason why BBBY went to this April. Okay, it's perfectly matched fractals. And people who don't really believe in fractals, I mean, there's really nothing I can talk about it. Like I'm sorry, I don't want to convince you. You just have to see it on your eyes, and you have to believe it. Like that's how I learn. Okay, so I'm not gonna convince you, right? You have to look at it. If you can really look at it, you can really see it anyway. So that's GameStop, and GameStop will have a pullback in April. Okay, like a large pullback, right? And that's BBY's hearing. AMC as well. April, large pullback here, right? And then they're gonna take advantage of this pullback, right? Market cycle. Let's look at what happened to Bitcoin. Okay, Bitcoin have a large crash in April. March, where's April? Yeah, April's here. So it's gonna have a crash in March already, fast. Nvidia, where's March? March crash. April is around here. So yeah, they crash around March. So March, April is very there's gonna be a crash or something. Like something's gonna happen March, April. So if anybody know what's gonna happen in March, let me know. Maybe, I mean, it's too early to say that, and people might maybe don't really have much information, but maybe there's gonna be another FOMC meeting, like what's coming this week, or some sort of a catalyst. I mean, some sort of event's going to happen here. March, remember March, April, okay? March, April, okay? That's GameStop. March for AMC. Where's March? March, April. I mean, to do an option for AMC is extremely difficult for March and April, so I'll avoid this one. Right now, I'm out of AMC calls right now. It's extremely difficult. to make money. So I'm actually in GameStop right now. I have some put options, and then I'm gonna buy calls after I see all this. I'm gonna buy calls options. I'm gonna stack it up. I'm gonna start stacking up on February 14 when I see a drop here. And then I'm gonna start to do more stack up in early March before I see this whole thing. And then I'm just gonna write it, and yep, that's pretty much it. So Siri, I think there's potentially where you can make a lot of money with the calls. And right now, yeah, it's very difficult to understand when they're gonna run it. You know, I know there's a small Siri community, and it's very difficult without analyzing it. But me analyzing it is extremely difficult. But the one cool fact that I can give you is that Siri complete the purple box area, and this thing is now up trying to moving up to this green box. So I think Siri is gonna run by March. So February, March, yeah, Siri gonna have a run in February, March, drop in April or May, right? Something similar. So yeah, I don't know if Siri is gonna kick off the run in June, right? Like blue, or a little bit later in July, like same time as GameStop. So it really depends. So I gotta continue to take a look how they're gonna, what kind of speed they're gonna using. One thing I actually found was that for Siri, there's like I mentioned about the gap. So there's a gap here at 130. There's a gap at 105 as well. So it's a question that will Siri will fill this gap here and then leave this one later. So that question is, I don't know. The interesting thing is from what they're making is a big triangle shape here. So this was Siri back then in 2000, and then market crash, right? This is .com bubble crash and stuff, right? So Siri is actually like is about to like maybe try to break through. So if this breakthrough is through here, then this triangle formation, I mean, this can go up like crazy. But I don't know if they want to run like that. So that one I can't really tell. But maybe for now, maybe they want to at least do a small pop here. Like it could be like orange, it could be like purple. I have no idea. So they're gonna drop a lot of catalysts in between June or July through September for Siri. So I don't know. I will see. They're gonna start to drop these things after they finish accumulate and then they're gonna start to drop all the catalysts. Like, oh, this happened here. All partnership. All these events with Elon Musk or whatever. I don't know. So something's gonna happen with Siri like that. So yeah, if you have any interest, if you have any information about Siri, feel free to message me, and I can share that with people on my live stream later. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. So hope this helps, and then I'll see you guys in next updates. Have a good night.